back in the mother-loving house with a big fat podcast for your mother-loving my ears?
Ears and mouth.
We already did that once. We're trying it again.
And I still thought you said pocket.
Should I sing it again? I got a pocket for the podcast. I got a podcast. I got a podcast. Oh.
Full of sunshine.
Oh.
Take me away to greater days. Is that what it is?
I don't know. So I don't know if it's going to work tonight, guys. It's so windy.
Blustery.
We talked about gale force winds.
She's a force. A force to be reckoned with.
I see us on here. It looks like it's working.
It seems like it.
Is it working for you guys?
I thought you were Googling that.
I think it's working, guys.
I hope so. Wait.
Dirk, please share our podcast again.
Yes, please do.
We are back.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, so we're back after a long hiatus of, 3 months? Something like that?
Yeah, so we actually recorded episode 149 right after Christmas.
28th, 27th,
yeah,
something like
that.
that.
And it released on Facebook. We never released it onto the podcast stream.
No, not the audio version
and,
that you can download.
What happened? That's what I get questioned on daily in my life. And I think we just needed a break. We'd been recording for like 3 years almost, weekly.
Yeah, weekly.
With almost no break. And
you had to go on your long vacation.
Well, first of all, Christmas. We kept having conflicts, and then we did get together, recorded the one.
Yeah.
But then we kept having additional conflicts where me and Jerry were going different places at the same time. And then I left for like 2 weeks on vacation.
Right.
And then I got back, and I don't know. I think we just decided it would be refreshing for us creatively and just in our family lives and craziness of life to take a little break.
Chris got really jealous of me because I was getting the most.
He got a brand deal.
I was getting the most attention because of my looks, and things got a little rocky. He was a little jealous, but we've sorted things out now.
Yeah.
Right, Chris?
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. I thought so.
And he got it offered a brand deal.
Yeah, with
Harry's razors.
Yeah, right. Because they're like, you really need to shave that shit off your face.
And they're like, well, we can't sponsor Chris because he looks like a mountain man.
And he will not shave with a razor.
Refuse. Never done it, in fact.
Actually, I texted you not too long ago telling you how I recently shaved with a razor around the epic Gautier.
Gautier. Isn't that an artist, a musical artist?
Like DJ.
Really?
Yeah, he's like an electronic DJ.
I don't think that's true. Gautier. How would you even spell that?
He's a DJ.
Gautier DJ.
That's what he does, is electronic music.
Gotye. Oh, it's that one that's someone that I used to know. That's a good song.
It is. It is a really good song. But every other of his songs.
That's it. That's all he's got.
No, he's got so many other electronic stuff. He's like a DJ guy.
Like Skrillex?
No, he's not dubstep.
Like Marshmallow?
Yes, like Marshmallow. Anyway.
Is anybody going to join our live stream, or did we just alienate our audience completely?
No, they'll come in. Let me talk about the razor real quick.
Okay, razor.
So I used a razor, and I hadn't for a really long time. I was just using like the trimmer, just trimming her down as close as you could. Used a razor, thought it was great, didn't have a problem. The next day, oh my gosh, my face hurt. It itched like under my neck. It was the worst thing in the world. And I remember texting you because I thought it was crazy that you'd never used a razor.
No. I mean, I'm using an electric razor.
No, I know, but I didn't know that you hadn't used a hand razor, like a legitimate razor. And I used to all the time, but now since I haven't in a couple years, awful. I don't recommend it unless you're conditioned to that, I guess. Maybe I shaved wrong. I don't know. But it hurt and itched and burned, and I don't plan on never doing that again.
Maybe you should get Dollar Shave Club.
Which is why I'm sponsored by Harry's.
See, this is the problem. So he got offered a brand deal from Harry's Razors or whatever.
Yeah.
I got offered a brand deal from Dollar Shave Club.
Mm-hmm.
And they offered, Harry's
Button
offered,
heads.
yeah, they offered more money than Dollar Shave.
Yeah.
because it's only $1.
You only
to
get
shave.
$1.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And they're like, this guy doesn't even shave. We're only going to give you $1.
yeah, so they're gonna give me $1 an episode. I'm like, keep your $1. And Jerry, they offered him like $2.50.
Yeah. Tree fitty.
Per episode.
Yeah.
So, or per hour. I don't know. Remember.
I'm going to keep it confidential. I don't really want to release what they offered me, but it was significant.
Yeah. So I got a little bit mad,
Mm-hmm.
and then I stormed out, and I got
Slamming doors.
sponsorship from
He ripped his shirt.
Squarespace.
from no, it was from what's that Priceline.
Priceline.
Yeah, because of all your trips.
Like William Shatner.
yeah, they kicked him out and added you because of all
He-
your trips you go on.
He is alive, right? Yeah, he just went to space.
He's in space still.
They just left him. They left him.
They
there.
lost William Shatner to space.
Hey, our comments are coming through. Vic, we're back. You're back. We're all back.
Yeah.
Adam, working.
Adam, Harry's is better.
Oh, Vic says Team Harf. That's right. Dollar Shave Club. I'm the poster boy.
For a shaving company. You're the poster boy of something.
But we are actually sponsored by Roar Seed Solutions. For all your solutions for seed, we're going to hear you roar. the best.
That's really good.
Oh, that makes me think of another thing I got.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Oh boy.
so we don't have any specific
Pacific.
Ocean water
Yes.
here, pure ice made from the Pacific Ocean. for
You
our
can't
drinks.
freeze it because of the salt
The
content.
salinity.
Yes.
The salinity.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Salute.
So we don't have any specific direction for this episode. We obviously have been gone for a long time, so we haven't covered a lot of stuff that we've watched. Tons of stuff.
my gosh,
we're
so
going to
many
go through
things.
some of it, but we're not going to be specific about it. We have a bunch of announcements we're going to do here pretty quick, but I think we're just going to ramble because after all, this is 149.5, and we didn't talk about why that.
Not
is.
really. So we had 149. We recorded it live. I haven't put it out on the digital like audio platform yet. I'm going to do that. I'm going to release both of these at the same time, 149, 149.5, because 150 needs to be an episode that is grandiose, right? We need to have a celebration, probably have a cake. That's something we say every time. Yeah, there's a lot of things that have to happen for 150.
Yeah,
And it can't just be willy-nilly.
In the run up to
Can't be
150,
willy-nilly.
we made all kinds of promises.
A lot of promise.
We made wild, grand ideas and promises, and then we just disappeared for like
we just
3 months.
We just brainstorm live on these things.
It was just
Yeah, and we brainstorm and we just flat out lie to you.
we lied and we just walked away. We walked away from our responsibilities. We shirked our duties.
Because of that epic fight.
Yeah, because
It wasn't on purpose, it was just
and we reunited ultimately because both companies refused to pay us anything really.
it was all based in jealousy,
Yeah, they
Mm.
wanted to only pay us in some weird altcoin.
Yeah, it was not good, like X coin or something. I didn't want X coin.
It was like, we'll pay you in shave coin.
Yeah, stubble coin.
I'm like, shave coin?
They offered me stubble coin, and
Is
I was
that
like,
listed on Coinbase?
I want no part of stubble coin. Like, what's the value of that right now? Was nothing.
It's literally a physical currency made from the stubble
Of your coin.
pressed. They take all the men's stubble, you mail it back, and
Of
then
course.
they press it into coins,
Yeah, these really shitty rough
and
coins.
then they digitize them somehow.
They're disgusting. by the way.
Adam says Jerry refuses to watch the Obi-Wan trailer. We will talk about that. You got that in your news section, right?
Yeah, I have watched it now, Adam, but every time you came and asked me, I hadn't seen it yet. Sorry.
And Vic said Netflix Travelers is the best show ever made. Full stop. I hate Full Stop. We've talked about that. That's why he said it. I've heard that from many people though, not just him.
Really?
Travelers. People like that show.
I don't even know if I've heard of this.
I don't know anything about it. I don't know what it's about, but I've heard other people tell me it's good.
Do you think there's luggage involved?
Well, let me just put it this way. Samsonite,
Whoa. That's from my computer.
bing. If there is no luggage involved, I don't want to be involved in the show Travelers.
Real quick, that update was because St. Pete just beat Purdue.
I don't know any of these things.
You
I know
don't?
nothing about anything related to them. I watched the Bulls.
No, you didn't watch any of the tournament?
Zero. I don't know a single team in it.
It's a number 15 seed.
I don't know anything about it.
It's a number 15 seed. They've been beating everyone.
Is Illinois in it?
They got beat in the second round.
Okay, that sounds about right.
By Houston. But Houston just beat
Texans?
Houston Cougars.
The Rockets.
Cougars.
Okay.
Yeah, they're Cougars. But they just went to the Elite Eight, too. They beat a team last night. Who'd they beat? Somebody. Don't care. Whatever. But St. Pete is a 15th seed team.
Really?
They're doing real good. Yeah, they're from Jersey City, and they've got they play in a gym that looks worse than Seneca High School's gym. Like, it looks like a high school gymnasium.
Well, Seneca has a pretty nice looking gym.
Yeah, but for a college team that's playing in the...
We're going streaking all the way to the gymnasium.
Through the quad.
Yeah.
Bring your green hat. Marley just referenced that movie in the daycare the other day.
Marley referenced that movie?
Yep.
That I guarantee she's never seen.
She claims she has.
What did she reference?
She said, bring your green hat.
Okay. All right.
And then she called me out. She's like, you didn't get my movie reference.
She didn't get her own movie reference.
She punched me in my lower...
Extremities?
Yeah.
Open-handed?
Yeah.
That wasn't a punch, Jerry.
It was.
It was a grab.
I hate to break that to you live on air, but that's what happened.
First the Harry's thing, and then the Harry's thing.
Yeah, I know. The Harry Dangler.
Adam said St. Pete is an easy $10 bet right now.
Well, you should have bet $10 on them because they won. My dad just told me.
They won the whole tournament.
They're going to the Elite Eight.
I did watch a game last night. Gonzaga lost, right?
Correct, to Arkansas.
I watched that.
Yeah,
part of that game.
Arkansas beat them down.
Interesting.
Number 1 team.
I just don't care about it at all. I don't care about collegiate sports whatsoever in any way, shape, or form.
I don't either. I don't like college football. I don't watch college basketball until it's March Madness. That's the only time I watch it because I know there's an end.
See, I do like sports, contrary to what people think.
Yes, you do.
I am a very sporty person.
Yeah, very athletic.
I coach sports.
Yep, you do.
I'm not athletic, but I mean, when I say sporty, I mean like I'm interested in sports. Yes, like the Spice.
Obviously.
Yeah. All I really we'll give it what you
Wait,
want.
was Sporty
really,
Spice
really
the
want.
one that did
I'll
like
tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I wanna, really wanna zig a zig.
Or was she was like no.
She was the girl with the pulled back high pony.
But she was like the fighter.
Yeah.
Like she'd punch.
No.
Yeah, she did.
No.
Because
that was Scary Spice.
But
Sporty Spice always had like a tank top and a high pony.
Yeah, but she was like kicking and flipping around. And then there was Scary Spice was Mel B, wasn't it?
Melba Toast.
Melba Toast. Yes. And she'd always do this.
Yeah, she was scary.
And
then there was Baby Spice.
Yeah, and Jerry Spice.
It wasn't Jerry Spice.
No, but that's her name was Jerry.
It was like Baby Spice, Scary Spice, Sporty Spice, Jerry. Jerry.
My name's Jerry.
Give me the tea and crumpets. Crumpets.
It's like Baby Spice, Sporty Spice, Scary Spice.
And I'm Jerry. Hey, guys.
Yeah. I'm Jerry.
You like the Spice Girls?
I got a bucket of tea and a stogie.
I really like spice.
Love me the spice. Let's sing a song.
She owes Ginger Spice.
She loves the spice.
Yeah. And there's another one, too, the good-looking one.
No, that's
Victoria Beckham.
She was Sporty Spice.
No, she was not. There's 5 of them. There's Scary Spice. That's Mel B. There's Baby Spice. She died, I think.
No, she didn't. I don't think she's dead.
Sporty Spice might as well be dead. Nobody knows who that is.
No.
Jerry Spice became a reality TV show. Ginger Spice. Yeah. Posh Spice.
Posh
she was
the posh one. Yeah, that's Victoria Beckham.
She was really the only one.
Well, but Mel B went on to the whole America's Got Talent thing.
I meant she was the only, really good-looking one.
But, she's kind of crazy, too. because she went insane and like screaming drunk at her husband. She was a huge alcoholic later.
David Beckham?
No, not Victoria Beckham. I'm talking about
Jerry?
no, Mel B.
Oh, Mel B. Yeah, she
Mel
got
B.
crazy.
She got super alcoholic.
Well, she's Scary Spice. She had to live up to the name.
And she was screaming at her husband, fell down the stairs, and like tore her hand off. And they had to reattach it.
Holy shit.
I'm not kidding you. She fell down the stairs and she like tore either fingers or part of her hand off. And they had to reattach it, and it was like in this weird sling for a while.
Okay, I want to look up top 10 Spice Girls
Moments.
songs of all time. Ready?
Top 10? Did they have 10 songs?
Of course they had 10 songs.
But none of them were in the top of anything.
The top of their own list is what I'm saying.
Besides, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. That's the only one.
Okay, Something Kind of Funny is number 10.
Yep.
Viva Forever is number 9.
Viva la Revolution. I started a revolution when I was deployed.
Is that one that goes like Viva Forever, Forever? No.
No idea.
Just made that up.
I don't know.
Number 8 is Spice Invaders.
That's
Good
kind
name.
of funny. Yeah, that's a pretty good name.
Number 7 is Baby Come Round.
Oh, everybody's yelling posh, posh, posh
Yeah.
Spice. Everybody.
Number 6 is To Become One. I wonder if that's that song that goes, and to become one, one. You're like a dream come true, too. Just want to be
No,
with you.
that's not the same song.
That was like Backstreet Boys, isn't it?
No, it wasn't.
Or In Sync. It's one of those.
No, it wasn't. It was
And it's all because of
a
one.
colored man.
You're like
Brian
a
McKnight.
dream come true.
Brian McKnight.
It is. Don't say that. You can't say what you just said.
Yes, you can.
No, you cannot.
I thought that was the
No.
right thing to say.
Okay,
I
number
thought
5.
That's what you said.
Number 5, you'll know. Color to the world, spice up your life. Every boy and every girl, spice up your life. Oh. I don't know the rest.
Spice up your life.
Number 4 is Stop, originally cooked up by Jerry.
Yeah, I got a name for a song.
Oh, remember they had that movie, Spice World?
But listen, I got a name for a song.
Stop.
Stop it. They're like, let's get rid of the it. Yeah.
Remember that movie, though, Spice World?
Jerry. Yes, I do remember that.
Number 3 is Wannabe.
Wanna
Here's a story
be.
from A to Z. You want to get with me? You gotta listen.
How do you remember? They've gotta have the liquor.
No, it's I don't. They don't.
You just know Spice Girls this
They can
well?
sing, if you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my. Gotta
Wait.
get with my friends.
That's what it's
Make it
called,
last
Wannabe?
forever. Friendship never ends. I hope people are enjoying this.
Oh gosh. Of course
Number
they
2
are.
is Who Do You Think You Are?
Who do you think you are? I don't know who you are.
I don't know.
Who do you think you
Number
are?
1 is Say You'll Be There. That's a good one.
Oh yeah. I don't know how that goes.
I don't remember it, but
that's what you
Say
should have.
You'll Be There.
Say you'll be there.
How do I play it?
Well, I would have to play it.
No, I can play it. Hold on.
I don't know. How do you play it? Are you attached to our USB?
Yeah, dude. Just give me a second. Speakers.
No, not on speakers. I have a USB right here that I could play it off my computador. Oh yeah.
This I swear. Oh, I screwed that up too. Okay.
You're
Anyway,
screwing
enough of
everything
that.
up.
That is a good song.
It is.
Giving
It's pretty
you
good.
everything.
All the joys.
Okay. Oh, I missed a lot of comments while I was looking at that. Keep reading the comments. Scary Spice had an affair with Eddie Murphy. Talk about punching up.
Wow. Yeah.
Chris needs another beer. Ha ha ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Yes, he does. Jerry. Jerry.
My name's Jerry Spice.
Luckily,
I'm
Daniel, young Daniel, I have another one. The official beer of Snarf Talk podcast, Yingling.
Yingling.
The lager for your
man
life.
stuff.
We should have thought that one out better.
Yep.
All right. How do we get on this? How did we get on to Spice Girls? There had to be a reason.
No idea.
We were talking about something.
We were, and I brought up Spice Girls, I remember, as a joke, and then we really got into it.
Well, let's go to our next segment, which is...
Let's go to our next caller.
Snarf announcements.
Yeah.
Play that again just for...
One more time.
Snarf announcements.
I love it.
Yeah, Arnold did a wonderful job when we asked him to record that.
So given our long, lackadaisical vacation from the show, which is over by the now.
By the now, it is over.
Can I guarantee that we'll be here every week? No, but it's going to be way more regular.
Can I guarantee that I will lose weight? No, I can't guarantee that.
I can almost guarantee that you won't.
Yeah. Can I guarantee that Chris will, I don't know, look better next week? No. Can't guarantee that.
All right.
Can I guarantee that Chris won't interrupt me? No, I can't.
Can I go down?
Can I guarantee that Chris will show up for anything, especially for his wife? You know, just
what is that implication?
I don't know. No, I can't guarantee that.
Okay.
You know, I'm just saying I can't guarantee that.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Go ahead.
here's our.
Snarf announcements.
Okay, we've already talked about episode 149. It's going to be released on the podcast, but you can already watch it on Facebook, so that's not much of a start.
Yeah, Moon Day.
Number one, Patreon. Patreon.com/snarftalk. We have been on a hiatus along with the show. I didn't feel it was right to be charging people.
So we paused it.
So we've been paused. It's been paused pretty much all year so far. So if you are a Patreon member, you have not been charged. Even if you're not paying attention, you haven't been charged. If you are a Patreon member, we had a brand new sticker made, designed. Actually, grab one off my desk behind you, Jerry. I'll show it. It was designed by our man Iman at Iman Macias on Eric Macias is his name, but I think his Instagram handle is at Iman Macias, right?
Yeah.
And it's awesome, and it's his original artwork. I told him to do whatever he wanted.
It is cool.
It's cool, and so I had it made into a sticker. This is a limited run. There's only 50 of them. If you are a patreon.com/snarftalk member at any level, you will be getting one of these in the mail.
Coming to you.
You are 100% getting one. And on top of that, like I said, you have not been charged. And guess what? You will continue to not be charged. Boy, that is really in there. You will continue to not because we're coming back now, but we have been light on the content for a while, so we're not going to charge for another several months.
Well, listen, we really do have a Christmas album.
Yeah, but I'm getting there, Jerry.
Oh, all right.
Talking about Patreon. You can also sign up for Patreon right now and become a member, and you will not get charged.
Correct.
So you can sign up. It might charge you like once, like for the first time.
I don't know how that works.
But it won't charge you continually every month until we restart billing, which will not be for a while until we get some more content on there. So check that out. Number two, along with our episode 149, we have two more things that we are releasing. One will be Patreon exclusive. So as I just mentioned, you can get that for free right now and get a sticker. And you can also get Alex Talk.
Alex Talk. It's an entire episode.
Like a long one.
Yeah, we recorded, it was before 149. It was
before Christmas.
Yeah, it was before Christmas. It was when I lost my voice from singing. It's when we recorded a bunch of the songs. But, we had a whole episode that was like an hour and a half long of Alex leading the way. He's been a guest of ours that we've had multiple times. If you haven't ever seen him, you need to go back and watch or listen to those. Great guest, and he directed a whole episode on his own.
None
he
of
was
us
in charge of it.
Remember much about it?
I remember all of it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, that's going to be a Patreon exclusive. Also, on top of that, our much hyped Christmas album.
The Christmas album. There are some songs out there that we've recorded that are good.
There's 3 songs on our Christmas album. We're going to go ahead and release it Patreon exclusive again. So you can only get access to any of this stuff on patreon.com/snarftalk, which again, you might get charged once, but is free basically for the foreseeable future.
Yep.
All right, next thing. Snarf coloring contest.
We do have a coloring contest. So what we have done every single year when we go to C2E2, which we went this year, Chris got a bunch of interviews that we need to put on YouTube at some point. But we get Iman Macias, the guy who did this sticker, brand new sticker coming to you. He also draws us, and we've done it 3 times now.
Yeah.
Is this the third one or the?
This is the third one.
This is the third caricature of us, and Dude is involved with it as well.
Yeah.
And Dude's in this one. It is an incredible picture.
It's the best one, yeah. It's a Mandalorian themed one.
It is by far the best picture, but we are going to make copies of it, black and white copies, for you to color.
Well, no, we're not doing it that way this year.
I thought we were
going
doing
to
it that
put
way.
a PDF up that you can print off and color.
Yeah, yes, but it'll be black and white.
It'll be
it's a black and white.
Yes,
like
you can color it however you want. You can print it on regular 8.5 by 11 paper.
last year, we did it on the big
11
paper.
by 17,
yeah.
and I mailed them all out. I'm not doing that again.
In tubes, and it. Some people got them, some people didn't. Some people didn't get them back to us, and we just realized that that was an error, a bit of an error. So, yeah, we're gonna send out PDFs to everyone, and you print it out, color it, and send the PDF back. Just take a picture. You can scan it. It's not hard to do. Everybody has a scanner on their phone.
That is correct. Next thing, Snarf Madness.
It's our bracket challenge.
It's usually kicking off
right
this
now.
time of year.
Yeah.
We haven't even thought of an idea yet. We're
But
way
we
late,
will.
obviously, but we're still going to do it because we figured as March Madness ends, everybody wants to still continue the fun of madness.
Yeah, don't you want to be mad?
So we'll do Snarf Madness afterwards.
Jerry wants to be mad.
So I would say that'll start in about a month.
Yeah,
So
roughly.
we're going to spend the next week or two figuring out what it's going to be, and then we got to make the bracket, and then we'll release it, and then it'll probably start early May.
If anybody has any ideas, send them to us.
Yeah,
put
so
it in the comments.
Last year
whatever
we
you wanna
did.
do.
What did we do last year?
I don't remember. Was it superhero?
Maybe superheroes, and then
Was it all superheroes?
One year we did fantasy movies. One year we did Marvel movies.
Marvel, fantasy, and superheroes. That's what we've done.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, you're right.
So we need something a little different, but still something in our genre.
Yeah,
wheelhouse.
maybe
Mel
like-
Brooks films. That would be great, but that's not enough.
There's not enough. You got to have at least 64.
But we could do like something along the lines of like classic comedies.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
Yeah.
That could be really fun. You got to have at least 64 of them to have a full bracket.
Yeah. So anyway, we will work on that. That is all I have for.
Snarf announcements.
You got any news?
Really, the only news was that we had went to C2E2. We do have a lot of video footage. We've done a lot of good things there. Chris and Dude were there on Saturday. All 3 of us were there on Friday. And it was a wonderful time. It was a little bit slower this year. There wasn't.
What is that squeaking? Is that your? Is that
It was
your
me.
windpipe?
Yeah, it was.
You're like wheezing.
Well, I was at that moment. It was from
You're like
phlegm.
Weezer.
I am. I was trying to think of something really quick of one of their song lyrics, and I just couldn't bring it to the forefront of my
What's
brain.
the Islands one? Oh man, I love Weezer too.
I got my hash pipe.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I got my hat. Yeah.
Anyway, so C2E2 was great. We have a bunch of video footage that's going to come out. That's some news. Other news, really all I have.
Oh, Nolan said last year was video games. Is that right?
Oh my gosh, what a great time that was.
I think the first one was superheroes. And then we did fantasy movies from like 2000 to present.
Well, no, the first one was fantasy / Marvel. It was Marvel and fantasy together. That was the very first one.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was, because we had Star Wars and like aliens and stuff
Yeah,
was
it
in
was
there.
just fantasy movies.
We haven't done it 5 times, though.
Maybe it was sci-fi movies.
It was sci-fi. We had to have done Marvel, sci-fi.
We didn't do
And-
Marvel. We just did superheroes.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. So sci-fi, superheroes, video games. That's what happened. The video game one, man, that was good.
Islands in the Sun. That's right, Danny.
Islands in the sun.
Islands in the sun.
That is what you are.
Coming from above. I don't think that's the same one. Isn't that
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers
And Dolly Parton.
And Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
And it's Islands in the Stream.
Yes.
Not in the sun.
I know. It just sounded the same. And that's what popped in my head. That's pretty good, though. That'd be a good song.
Beverly Hills. That's where I want to be. Living in Beverly Hills. And then there's also Suzanne. You're all that I wanted in a girl.
I don't know that
You're
one.
all that I need in my world. It's a good.
Yeah, I don't know that one. That sounds good.
It is a great song.
Can you sing all of it
Yeah.
for me right now?
I'd have to get the lyrics out. You want me to sing the whole thing?
I mean, it'd be kind of fun.
Okay.
I
Suzanne, you're all that I wanted in a girl. You're all that I need in the world. I'm your child. Make me blush. Drop me wild, Suzanne. Ooh, you're all that I wanted. When I met you, I was all alone. Cold and hungry, crying on the phone.
Yeah.
You baked me brownies and said, don't you cry.
Don't you cry.
And gave me the coat off your back, Suzanne.
Whoa.
There's a lot more, but I'm done.
Okay, that's really good.
It's a good one. It's an old one.
And gave me the coat off your back. I like that.
I check it out. I'm a Weezer fan until they just started remaking songs now, and they just like do covers of songs.
Oh, they
And then the covers they do of the songs are like more popular than the songs that
than
ever
the song
were.
that ever came out before. That's dumb. I don't like that. Anyways, so all I was going to get into for news, really, some trailers. The Kenobi trailer, which we had talked about previously already. Obi-Wan.
Not on the show.
No, I know. We were talking about it earlier because Adam brought it up that I'd never really watched the
Yeah,
trailer.
That trailer
but
came
I did
out,
watch it.
and it's everything to me.
It's everything to everyone.
I think it looks amazing. I'm more excited about this than anything Star Wars that has came to pass since maybe like the Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean, I always get very excited for every new Star Wars thing that comes out, especially when it's in line with like the, Skywalker saga. All of those movies coming out, I was so pumped up for. This is on par with that to me.
For sure.
Where it's like it is in line with the Skywalker saga. It has everything to do with that, and it's a space and time that we've never got in that storyline. I mean, unless you've read books and know like the intricacies of that world.
Well, even so, you haven't.
But you
haven't
really,
gotten that.
you really haven't got the story of what Kenobi was doing, what Ben Kenobi was doing in the,
Old Ben.
old Ben down the road. Nobody knows, and I want to know.
Crazy old wizard.
Yeah.
Somebody calls him
Yeah, he is like a crazy old wizard.
crazy old kook.
Is it kook or is it?
I'm pretty sure Uncle Owen doesn't say kook.
He could. That crazy old coot.
What does Uncle Ben? It's not Uncle Ben. Uncle Owen.
Uncle Ben, yeah, he made rice.
Uncle Ben call.
That's Peter Parker's uncle.
Was. Too soon.
R.I.P.
I don't remember. Somebody has to tell us what he calls him. He calls him like that crazy old man or old codger or something.
That crazy old bastard. I think he said that.
Anyway,
That crazy old bitch of a man.
what's with the Red Bull Jerry turbo need spooled?
Yeah. He's saying, dude, I need to spool my turbo. That's a joke at work. Dan likes to have his turbo spooled all the time.
I mean,
he's running off diesel fuel.
I'm not a Red Bull guy.
Oh, I have never really been either, but recently I've been taking the Red Bulls.
Oh, brand deal.
Yeah, a choice of a new generation.
Oh my God, I'm a fan of the Monster.
I can't
Zero Ultra. That's
can't do
all
Monster.
That's all I like.
It's too sweet. It's too.
I just love it. The orange, only the orange.
The orange is fine. I can do the orange.
I could drink 1,000 of them a day.
Amy can drink the white and the purples.
I don't like either of those.
She downs those. The regular Red Bull has never been something I've liked until recently, and now
the Mountain Dew energy drink is great too. That's also, and also Mountain Dew Zero.
Yeah,
is phenomenal.
Really great.
It tastes just like Mountain Dew. I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before.
We have, because Seed and Top, I think, brought it up and asked us our opinion on it. And it is by far the best recreation of a regular drink being 0 calories.
You know what else is great I found the other day?
No sugar.
Dr. Pepper Cream Soda Zero.
So I have heard a lot.
Crazy old hermit. I knew Nolan would get it. He probably Googled it.
Both sides of the argument here with Dr. Pepper Cream Soda. I've heard people really enjoy it. There's a guy at work, Joel, really
it just
enjoys
tastes like
it.
cream soda, really.
There's another guy. Not another guy, but there's a lot of other people that have said it's the most horrific tasting thing they've ever had in their life.
Well, that's crazy. That makes no sense.
People hate it. There are people that hate it.
We could do pop
Soda pops
as our Snarf Madness.
Could we have a nice soda pop, Dad?
Should we do that?
Grampy Chris, I'd like to have a nice soda pop.
What do you call it?
I'm just playing a character.
Oh, I thought you were making fun of me for saying pop.
No, I always call it pop.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say
we're
soda.
red-blooded Americans.
I just wanted to say soda pop. I am pure horsepower and compression, Jerry Snyder.
Yeah, I can't stand it when people say soda. And I know I've said it myself, and I can't stand myself.
I don't like sodas. Like the people saying soda.
It's terrible.
Like, oh, do you want to get a nice soda?
You know, down south,
No.
they don't say pop or soda.
Coke.
They just call it Coke.
Yeah. Everything's
They
a
call
Coke.
Mountain Dew Coke.
You're an idiot.
That doesn't make any sense.
I want to. What did they do? Not recede. Succeed.
No, they didn't succeed.
Secede.
They seceded.
Yeah, I want to secede from the South again
Oh, okay.
because I hate the fact that they say
I like this.
Coke.
I'm a fan.
So are we split again?
Damn it. It's like Aries all over again.
God.
All right, Obi-Wan. Yes, I look forward to it immensely. That's all I have to say about that.
I am part of the North. Yeah, Obi-Wan, my boy Obi. I'm excited for it. That's coming out soon, right? Isn't it supposed to be in March?
I think it's May, right?
Oh, it is May. The only reason I brought it up is because these are like the closest things to be put out.
Well,
Or
and
the
we've
closest
obviously
things.
missed news, so we're not going to like rehash that.
Right.
So I don't know if you got any other news. I don't really have any.
The next big thing that's coming out that I am so excited for is
Moon Knight.
Yes, Moon Knight. I am so excited for Moon Knight. I think Oscar Isaac is gonna just nail it.
They
Just
also had a
blow
trailer
it out
for
of the park.
She-Hulk too.
I haven't seen that.
I'm pretty sure they came out with a trailer.
It was during Super Bowl.
Yeah, I saw it.
I don't remember seeing it though.
I can't remember. I remember it looked good, but I just did a She-Hulk signature for the ages. I just wrote She-Hulk in like signature format.
Oh my gosh,
Very good.
that is very good.
Hold on, how do I get it? She-Hulk. It looks like I am signing the name
As She-Hulk,
She-Hulk.
that's pretty good.
This is what I do.
I
I
can't
make
write,
notes.
dude. You know what I've gotten into recently, and I texted you this.
Calligraphy?
Not calligraphy. No.
Oh, yes. Ink-based pens.
Fountain pens.
Dipping pens, right? Oh, no, the kind you suck up the ink.
You can with a piston. You can do it with a piston ink injection system where you suck it up. But they also sell cartridges that you put inside of the pen, but it's a fountain, tip pen with a nib at the end. I'm learning all of the stuff, but I tell you what, they write so much better than
Don't you have to
regular
keep
ball.
dipping them?
No, it's got a cartridge, and it will just automatically feed the nib.
This is
It
a
is-
ridiculous thing.
I love it.
What's next? Feather-tipped quills?
No, I won't get that, but I will probably purchase some inks, and I will probably draw inks up.
I can't imagine how much inks cost.
I have no idea. I've never looked into it, but the pen I bought, it came with 24 cartridges. Like, so there was 12 black and 12 blue. You got to clean it in between uses, like between like blue and black. you
Oh,
know.
okay. I was gonna say between every time you
No.
write, you have to clean it.
No. Just between like the colors, because otherwise it'll start to gunk up in there.
Doesn't the ink dry up?
No, it doesn't really. It seals pretty good inside of its cap, so it really doesn't dry up. But you can see the line, like on the.
Has
nib.
it got one of those like spade tips?
Yes, that's the fountain pen,
I guess.
and the harder you press, the wider the line you can get. It doesn't go super wide, but man, it's awesome.
And why? This is a calligraphy thing. Why don't you?
It is kind of like calligraphy, but
Calligraphy.
I can't write that well. I write like I've had a stroke in my past life.
People have had strokes, Jerry.
Yeah, absolutely.
disparage.
They probably don't write well on that side. Right? I mean, that's just a fact. You know, like if you have an impaired side, it doesn't work well.
Right.
I am impaired all the time, and I don't write well.
100%.
Yes, and I don't write well. So I'm trying to improve my penmanship, and I love the way these write. It's a new fad I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm into. I bought some really nice parchment.
I like
to
the
write on.
pens that you get them and they're clear, and they have like maybe a lady in a bikini, and then you flip them over, and the bikini falls down.
No. They have like a sundress on, and then you flip it over, and it's them in a bikini
Yeah, that's what I like.
on the beach.
That's my collector's item.
It would be because you're so, what's that called? You know,
Chauvinistic?
yes, chauvinistic. You're a definite chauvinist.
Yeah. Nolan says Boys season 3 trailer. I did. I watched
Yes,
it.
I did
It was
too.
just a short teaser trailer, right? Thing.
No, I thought it was like a real trailer.
Boy, I don't remember it.
Dude sent it to us.
Yeah, I don't remember
That
it,
one
though.
was like a teaser.
Maybe there's another one. I don't know. I know I saw it, but
It was a
can't-
while ago that came out. I'm excited for it.
Adam says space pens. Yeah, the ones you can write upside down.
Upside down with.
I have a family member whose wife worked in the space pen factory in Las
Serious?
Vegas, Nevada.
Really?
She made space pens.
Why was it in Las Vegas?
That's where it is. I don't know.
Should be based out of Chicago.
This could be all
Maybe
be wrong.
Houston.
Let me double check. Space Pen Company.
Base station. Where's the base station of space
A
pens?
Fisher Space Pen is able to write in zero gravity and works upside down, underwater, over grease, and in extreme
Heat.
temperatures.
Pressures. Great for mining.
Doesn't say where they are.
Space pen. Use it in your bathtub.
I tell you what, I'm like 99% sure. Oh, it was founded in Chicago, Illinois. Chicago
Chicago, right with the space
by
pens.
Paul Fisher.
Got me a nice Polish sausage and sauerkraut. I got a space pen to go with it.
Inventor and pen manufacturer Paul Fisher found Fisher Pen Company
I was talking
in
to Paul.
Chicago, Illinois.
Talking to Paul the other day, he said, "Hey, I got this pen. Lay upside down. You can write with it." I was like, "I'm sold, Paul."
That was 1948, Jer. 1953, Paul Fisher invents the universal refill cartridge
Holy smokes,
to fit
universal
most
refill.
brand name pens.
I choked on a Polish sausage right when you said that.
In 1966, Paul Fisher develops the sealed and pressurized Fisher space
In
pen.
1966, Paul Fisher told me he was gonna divorce his wife. Didn't
We
happen.
went
though.
down to the bar. We ate some pickled eggs.
Talked him out of it.
Polish sausage. And it was
Wonderful
all
woman.
good.
Had a wonderful woman. Paul Fisher had a wonderful woman, Chris. Anywho.
Oh, listen to this. 1976, Fisher Pen Company moves to its 30,000 square foot manufacturing facility in Boulder City, Nevada.
Listen up. This is when Paul Fisher's son took over and nobody agreed. They said, "Hey, Jimmy Fisher, stay in the Windy City." He said, "No, big breakout in Nevada. Taxes cheaper. They don't charge you as much for your license plates." I said, "Listen, can you get a nice sausage?"
Not in Nevada.
Didn't answer. Went to Nevada.
I'll tell you what, but it's true. So now that I know that this history is true, I know for a fact that my uncle's wife worked at the space pen factory. Ex-wife.
I tell you what.
Them space pens, Jer.
Paul Fisher, mighty fine wife.
Mighty fine.
Mighty fine wife. Space beds.
Erica said we need to talk about Uhtred, son of Uhtred. And
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
We have any more news?
Well, I called Jimmy Fisher. No, yeah, I'm done with that.
All right.
I want to talk like that forever.
Where are we at
Hey,
on
Morbius. Morbius is coming out.
Morbius.
We're only at 45 minutes.
I just want to make sure we got time to do what I want to do.
April 1st, Morbius.
April 1st? I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you what I think about this movie. I think it looks great.
I do too.
I can almost guarantee you I will not see it in theaters.
Why?
I don't think it just isn't drawing me out.
Every movie draws me out almost. To the
Not in
movies.
April. Nothing draws me out in April. April 1st, as in like Saturday?
Yes.
Next Saturday?
You are not going to be doing anything.
No, I'll probably be planting trees, but we can go. I'll go with you.
I want to go.
All right, I'll go. Fine, I'll go. Can we get a nice Polish sausage from Baz's Chicago-style hot dogs?
Oh, we
on the
could
way?
go to Baz's and get a nice beef, Italian beef. You know,
They got a hot beef sandwich over there.
I
Jared.
got a beef sandwich from Gio's not too long ago.
Ooh,
Pretty good.
but that's a gabagoo place.
It is a no.
Yeah, that's an Italian. It's
Yeah.
an Italian restaurant, not
So?
a Chicago restaurant.
But they gave me a Chicago beef.
All right.
There's Chicago Italians, Chris.
Yeah, but they're nothing like the Polish Italians. I tell you that.
I tell you. Polish Italians.
Polish Chicagoans, I mean.
Yeah, freaking Polish Italians, man.
There's nothing worse than a Polish Italian.
Nobody likes them.
Not a gabagoo.
They crossed the lines. It was too far.
We're crossing the line. This is going too far.
You are.
We've drugged this on too much.
Morbius coming out April 1st.
Living vampire.
Jared Leto. You know, I'm not a huge fan of Jared Leto.
I don't like him in almost anything that he's ever done.
Yeah, but
He was pretty good in that movie Dallas Buyers Club.
he was.
I'll give him that one.
Heck of a job.
Yeah.
Heck of a job.
Other than
Chris.
that, I can't name another thing he's done other than Joker.
He's done a heckin' good job in that their
That's a great movie.
Buyers Club movie. Yeah, real great.
Jared Leto filmography. Okay, he was in House of Gucci. Didn't see it. He was in.
Well, that hasn't even come out yet.
It's
I don't
out.
think.
It's out. It's been out. It's already passed out. He was in
I
a
don't,
band, right?
I don't think that came out yet.
30
Yeah,
seconds
30
to Mars.
Which
All right.
they've done wonderful.
Pretty good.
Very
House of
successful.
Gucci came out in 2021. Justice League. Okay, yeah, obviously.
Justice League.
Yeah, he was in a deleted scene when the Joker was in. Remember?
Yeah.
Zack Snyder released it.
Yep.
It wasn't a deleted scene. It was the end of the.
It was
Snyder
the
Cut.
end. Yeah. On the bridge.
All right, he was in Suicide Squad, obviously.
Yep.
Dallas Buyers Club. I'm just picking the ones I've heard of. It's a lot of these I haven't heard of. Mr. Nobody? No, I don't know that one. Lord of War. That's a good movie.
That is a good movie. I did
don't
not know
remember
he
his
was
role.
in that.
He was in Alexander. I saw it. Don't remember him in it. Phone Booth. Saw it. Don't remember him in that.
That's with
Panic
Colin
Room.
Farrell.
Saw it. Don't remember him in that. Requiem for a Dream. One of my
Wow.
favorites. It's a good one. American Psycho. Good one right there.
Yeah, American Psycho. He gets killed. He's Paul Allen. He's
Yep,
Paul
he
Allen.
is Paul
Christopher Bale comes in, talks about, and he's dancing behind the couch with the axe, and he's talking about Phil Collins.
That's right.
Love it.
Can you feel it coming
Yeah.
in the air
I
now?
love that movie so much.
Girl Interrupted, Fight Club,
Yep.
Thin Red Line.
Fight Club was one of his first ones I thought he was in.
Pretty early on, yeah. His first movie was How to Make an American Quilt.
Talk to a seamstress. I mean, pretty easy.
Anyway, I'm not a fan of his.
No, I'm not either. I'm hoping he does a really good job. In the trailer, I think he looks wonderful. I think he looks like a great Morbius. I think he'll do really well.
Oh, Nolan said Fight Club. Everybody's left our. Nolan's still with us, but most people have left us.
Nolan. That's fine.
Anything else?
No, I don't have anything for news-wise.
What we've been watching is a lot of shit.
It's so much stuff.
I want to.
It was hard to even think and remember what I've seen.
I've watched more than I even could write down because I've actually been watching a lot of
And to be honest, I think I've only written down the stuff that I've watched in the last few weeks.
Yeah. So if you have something that you've watched, mention it. It might jog my memory.
Yeah.
But first things first, I know that Nolan's waiting
First things first, I'm the realist.
Adam, I know that is out because I watched it. I'll talk about that later. I know Nolan wants to hear about Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, we need to talk about it.
We haven't talked about it. Obviously, long time it came out ago.
Here's the deal. You'll hear in 149 when I release the audio on Monday. Chris had seen it at that point. I had not. So Chris gave a little snippet of what he liked about it, but that was about it. And I don't know. I hadn't seen it yet. I was going the next weekend to watch it, which I did, but we had never recorded again because of our,
dispute.
Yeah. But now we've both seen it.
Oh, that's interesting, Erica. I didn't know anybody watched this on YouTube.
You should. Everyone should.
Curious what you think about Denis Villeneuve's
Oscar snub. I didn't even realize.
School me, Nolan. I don't know about Denis Villeneuve's Oscar. I'm assuming.
Here's the deal with the Oscars.
Was he not
nominated?
Nominated for Dune as best
He should have
director,
been.
or was he didn't win? A snub
No,
usually
they
means
haven't.
They weren't.
They haven't come out yet.
Oh, so he wasn't nominated.
It's like this weekend, I think. Or
well, there is no doubt that he should have been nominated for best director. That's a beautiful movie.
yeah, absolutely.
It's a well-made movie, and as we've discussed, we both liked it a lot.
No, I'm pretty sure. I know the Oscars haven't come out yet, but yeah, he apparently was snubbed. I didn't know that. That's ridiculous. How is that even possible?
I don't know because nothing else came out.
I know, and Dune was a beautiful movie.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it. No Way Home, though. Reaction. Here's the unfortunate part, Nolan. It's been so long since I've seen it. I had a lot of thoughts about this movie.
Yeah.
I had a lot of specific criticisms and things to point out, but a lot of them. Is that wind?
That's just all wind.
Oh my God, that's like tornadic forces.
We're having a tornadic event.
Wow, that's insane. That's probably like 70-mile-an-hour gusts.
It's a lot.
Anyway, so. I'll give you my reaction out the gate, and then I'll try and piece together what I remember maybe through the conversation.
Okay.
Of course, I remember the whole movie, but I just can't remember the exact criticisms I had.
Sure.
Which were very few. I mean, when I say criticisms, I mean actually the opposite. I loved it. I thought it was a spectacular movie. I think it was definitely my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time.
Yes.
Maybe Into the Spider-Verse might edge it out. It's a great movie as well.
It doesn't for me. I would say this is my favorite. This is my favorite Spider-Man movie, and Into the Spider-Verse is my second. Continue.
I don't know what to continue on because honestly, it's been so long since I've seen it. I want to rewatch it that I can't remember what I did. I remember I had some not issues, but things that I thought didn't make sense or could have been done better. But other than that, beat for beat, I mean, it's hard to beat this movie.
Yes.
It's got tons of emotion. It's got a wonderful story. Tobey Maguire and Garfield.
Yeah. Andrew.
Andrew Garfield. Tobey Garfield and Andrew Maguire were great. That was one problem I had is in the theater where I saw it, there was extremely loud, obnoxious people behind me, like kids, like teenagers.
Really?
That were like Uber fans, which I get. I mean, I'm an Uber fan as well. But they were like any fan service, which this movie is full of. They were just like, oh, my God.
Overreacting. Yeah.
You know, when you see Daredevil, you know, and like,
Which is right in the beginning.
unbelievable. And Cash kept turning to me. He's like, why are they doing that? And I'm like, because they're idiots.
Yeah, because their
Cash.
frontal cortex hasn't fully developed. They're under the age of 25.
Yeah, but Cash is 8, and he understood that.
Well,
it was
right.
ridiculous.
But he also had a parent with him. They didn't.
Right.
And they were being cool for each other.
I turned around towards the end of the movie. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
And you punched a kid?
I didn't punch him. I just said that, and I said exactly that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was really obnoxious.
Wow, it had to have been really obnoxious to do that.
Yeah.
Because that's really mean.
I'm a mean person.
You are hateful inside.
When I want to be.
Just you're full of
don't
hate.
ruin my experience.
Oh, I agree.
Because there was a lot of emotion and stuff, and some of those moments were washed out because of that.
That sucks.
But I have off the top of my head. I do remember I had very specific things I wanted to talk about, and I can't remember what they were.
There's a couple things that I know is when all three of them are together and they're, fighting people. I felt like, not necessarily the pacing, but I thought like all three of them weren't really working that well together.
It's almost like were they actually in the same room, or were they like each remotely?
It was like two of them would be standing somewhere and the other one would be falling and like trying to catch himself. And then the next one would get into play and start doing something and then fall and have to catch himself. And then the next one would get into play. I was like, why are you not all working like very well together at this point? Because obviously you know who the big bad is and like what's going on and this whole platform thing that you're fighting on. I just felt like they were like disjointed a little bit on how they were fighting. But yeah, that's a very minor like critique of all of it.
And spoilers, I was very disappointed with the Aunt May situation. I thought that was unnecessary.
I did too.
And I get why they did it. I totally get why they did it. It was a big beat in the story, and it was supposed to be his Uncle Ben moment to give him something to connect
with the other
two. And, they had the beautiful scene with Andrew Garfield catching Zendaya. So it all kind of worked together. It just wasn't necessary. And in a movie that had enough humor and emotion and enough going on that it was almost overload, you didn't need that on top of it.
No, I agree. I don't think you did.
Other than that, though, I mean, I have no...
And it felt kind of forced.
Yeah.
Like in that moment, they could have easily gotten out of there.
Yeah, it didn't... Yeah.
But, I don't
obviously, Willem Dafoe...
He's incredible.
He's
that
so
dude
great.
Is so good. I think I texted you in the movie when I was watching it and said, like, Willem Dafoe is so good.
If he doesn't get nominated for something, that's a crime. This movie should get nominated for Best Picture.
You think so? I doubt it did.
Would it be eligible for this year's
I have no
Oscars?
idea.
I don't know. I think it deserves...
Oh, no, probably not, because it came out... No, it came out before December.
Nominations.
Or no, it came out in December.
It also made all of the money in the history of the world.
Which I don't think anybody expected any less.
I think it was caught everybody by surprise. And we talked about it a lot.
No way. I don't think that caught anybody by surprise. It was the next Marvel movie that came out after.
It's the 6th highest grossing movie of all time with a lifetime gross of $1.88 billion.
That's a lot of money.
That's insane.
That is a lot of money.
It's more than Jurassic World. That's more than The Lion King. That's more than The Avengers. It's more than Frozen 2.
That doesn't... None of those surprise me.
So number 1 is Avatar. Number 2 is Avengers Endgame. Number 3 is Titanic. Number 4 is The Force Awakens. Number 5 is Infinity War. And number 6 is Spider-Man No Way Home. So
wow.
it was in the ballpark financially as Infinity War.
That is crazy.
I mean, they're pretty close. That's crazy.
But I think it was because it's the next movie that came out to start the new phase.
I think, and we talked about
everybody
it in
was so
149.
excited.
There was the whole pandemic fatigue going on.
That too. The fatigue.
That's a lot.
Yep, of people going out to the movies, wanting to go out.
Nolan,
and see
do you
something.
have specific things? Because honestly, I feel like a failure here because I had interesting thoughts about this movie and I can't remember what they are.
Did you though?
I did. I had a take. I had a
hot take.
I told you about this hot take I had.
I don't remember it. So long ago.
Shit, what was it?
I don't think you had a hot take.
I had a hot take.
Was it with Doctor Strange? Because
I can't remember.
I thought it was kind of silly how the whole thing started to begin with the whole, like, Doctor Strange is supposed to be really good at what he does, right? Like with making spells and whatnot. And just because Peter was saying things, that screwed up the whole spell. Like, he couldn't control it.
No, I don't think that's...
Yeah. He was kept telling him like, stop talking, stop taking back things. And
but he
couldn't
was
keep
controlling it. He was going to control it. Like, it was all going to get fixed.
He didn't control it. It blew up.
Well, okay. Let's move on.
Blew up the world.
The world.
And then all of the different time
world.
streams came in, which is cool.
Yeah. But I thought there was another reason for it.
No, it all happened when Peter was talking to Doctor Strange and wanted to erase everybody's mind, and then was like, no, I don't want this person to not know, and I don't want this person. And what if we did this? And what if we did this? And he's like, stop talking. He's like, you're throwing it all off, and was getting all crazy. And then all of a sudden it blew up, and then he pulled it back in, and he got super mad at him.
Yeah.
And that's when all the crazy stuff happened. But why was it so uncontrollable to him? He should have been able to control that.
I can't remember the specifics of the movie at this point. I really can't.
Oh,
I
that
think it's
bothered
out on Disney Plus, and I really want to watch it again, so I will do that.
Really enjoyed the 3 Spider Bros bonding in the
that was
lab. Wait, your webs come out of you? Yeah, that was a good part. That is great. Because, yeah, Andrew Garfield was the only one that had physical webs that came out of his...
No,
Tobey Maguire, yeah. Tobey Maguire had the only ones that came out of his actual wrist.
Yeah, it was a huge criticism of the original Spider-Man movie.
Yeah. I remember that.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on.
Moving on. Next.
The Last Kingdom. Uhtred,
Yeah,
son
sure.
of Uhtred. Everybody knows that I'm in love with this show.
As
Last
am I.
Kingdom.
As am I.
I got Jerry on board.
Big time. All in. Full
Huge fan.
throttle.
I didn't start watching it till after season 4 or during season 4.
During season 4, yeah.
And I watched it all, and then there was one more season.
You literally watched all of it in like a week.
Yeah, I
all
know.
of it.
It's crazy. But I absolutely love the show. Yes, it can be a little much at times,
Sure.
a little repetitive. But season 5 came out, the final season.
Yep.
And it was honestly way better than I expected it to be.
Really?
Yeah. I have some
What did you
criticisms.
expect?
I expected it to fall off or to be like too much of the same.
Yeah.
But I think they really did a good job of telling a complete story. And this is something that I talked about with Erica. They really, from beginning to end, like it wandered in parts.
It did wander.
But there was a
little bit.
backbone structure, and they got there.
Yeah.
And they wrapped up all the stories that they needed to wrap up. Could there be more? Yes. Do I wish there was more? Yes. There is a movie coming.
Yep.
There might be more movies in the future. I don't know why they don't keep making the show. I think it's pretty popular.
Yeah, honestly, I think they should just make another season.
They don't
rather than a
have
movie.
like super billable stars.
None of them are.
Yeah.
None of them are huge billable stars until this show.
I think Uhtred himself has been in some movies and stuff, but
Has he?
I think so.
I haven't seen him.
But I thought it was great. Now there is some stuff I really like all of the Brita stuff. I couldn't get into any of it. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense I guess it makes sense in the context of the story, but my issue with the Brita stuff, and there will be some spoilers here, was it's just so unbelievable. And this has always been a fairly well-grounded show in believability factor, at least.
So, okay. No, in the beginning it was believable because coming from season 4 into season 5, she had like a vendetta against Uhtred, coming in and she wanted to get rid of him, like kill him. She was just full of hate and wanted to build an army and come and attack him and do what she wanted to do. So that happens in the beginning of the show, but it fizzles out, spoilers, it fizzles out so quickly and then doesn't mean anything to the rest of the show.
See, that's what I thought was the more realistic part of it. What I found unrealistic was her building any sort of an army or following at all, because she's completely inept.
Yeah.
And then...
And what backing did she have to begin with?
Backing?
Everything was gone of hers.
Right. And then also, like, just the complete, like, ability to say, oh, all of these people are so dumb
Right.
that they're just going to randomly follow this person that just showed up in a country that's not even theirs, hers.
No.
Just shows up there, and they're just going to completely follow. I get that she's prophesizing isn't the right word, but she is like
somewhat
inciting, right? Because
Yeah.
she's like getting back the Danes. We're going to take back what's ours.
Yeah.
So yes, you can understand there. Obviously, we're seeing a lot of this in our world right now. So I understand how people can fall into it. It just seems completely unreasonable that this would happen. It did feel reasonable that it would get squashed so quickly.
Yeah, but I was just saying, like, I thought that would be a bigger part of the storyline. Like, I thought they would have more to do with it, or she would have more to do within the season. And it just didn't play out that way. Like, where maybe she reconciled with Uhtred and she was still part of it going on after that. But it just, like, ends in the middle of the season, and it meant nothing. It was just a side thing that happened. It had no part in the main storyline, really.
No, I think they just had to wrap up that loose end. Well, I mean,
and that's what it felt like.
these are all based on books, obviously, but
that's exactly what it felt like. Is like, okay, we have to wrap this up, so we're gonna force something on you, and this is the way we're gonna do it. And then, okay, forget about that. Here's the real story that you need to pay attention to.
Yeah,
and that's what happened. And
I also don't care for.
I still think they had a really good emotional moment at the end that I texted you about. I was like, I thought that was great,
But also completely unbelievable after everything that's happened.
Right. It's just kind of nonsense.
The other thing that's a little much is the constant. I don't know if I'd call them MacGuffins because that's usually like an item
Yeah.
that is used to drive the plot forward with no real value. But like the MacGuffin of this show is that like the constant misunderstandings that lead to the next plot point.
Right. But in a way,
It's kind of believable though in a world with no technology.
Yes, in that time frame when it takes so long to get information from place to place, I can understand that. It was infuriating to me of the old man that just kept getting his way. He had I can't remember his name though. His Edward's
Ethelstan.
Ethelstan.
Ethel. They're all Ethels.
They're all Ethels. Yeah.
Ethelveard, Ethelvan, Ethelsted, Efferthen,
Is it Athelstan?
Ethelstan, Ethel.
It's King Edward's father-in-law.
Correct.
He has no power. He's not in charge of anything. Like his daughter was the queen.
No, that's not true. He's extremely wealthy. He's a lord with all of his own land, so he's got armies and he's got a shit ton of money. He's like the richest
What
person.
land?
He's got lands, man. He's a fucking noble.
Well, I understand, but he's still under King Edward.
Yeah, but they all still have lands.
But he didn't control. He was under King Edward in his house.
But he was wealthy.
Yeah.
And money is the currency of power.
Well, I understand, but when you go to
They say it in the show many times.
Well, when you go to Bebbanburg and they don't know him, he just says who he is, and then he's literally controlling the king.
I think it's Athelstan.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know. I just felt like he had way more power than what he should have, and so many people just let him have the power, which made no sense to me.
Yeah, I didn't care
right.
for him. I also just fuck Edward, man. I hate that dude.
I didn't think he was that bad this year.
What?
This season, I thought he was actually
He's
relatively
such
reasonable.
A dick.
I didn't think he was.
Dude, I hated him.
He was a dick to the queen that ended up, spoilers,
he was always
dying.
making terrible decisions based on ego.
He made terrible decisions, but really, it was better than I thought he would make. Coming into the season, I thought he was going to be absolutely terrible, but he ended up being okay.
No, I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, he wasn't necessarily a bad guy. Like, he was trying to make righteous decisions.
Yeah, he was trying to be good.
But he was
compared to what he was in the last season.
Ego and legacy get in the way.
I hated him in season 4, but honestly, he made it a lot better for me in season 5. Yes, at the end of the season, he was making decisions that were absolutely stupid. And didn't make any sense. But in the middle of the show, I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah, and Erica said, he killed Sick Trigger.
He did, but he didn't know.
Didn't know what?
He didn't know that it wasn't...
He didn't have to kill him.
Well, no, he didn't, but he had to go with his decision.
No,
he couldn't turn back.
That's the bullshit of it. That's what drives me crazy. He made a decision, and then...
He can't look weak.
That's not true, though.
It is true. If you were a king and then you made a decision and then you, after everybody knows the decision, and then you come back and you say,
oh, never mind.
well, wait a minute, never mind.
We're going to be. I mean, he gave him the option.
We're going to be soft.
But it was kind of a dickish option in the first place.
It was like forget your gods and get baptized. That's hard to do to the Danes, you know. And if anybody knows the Danes, it's you.
Sick trigger.
Sick trigger. Definitely knew the Danes.
Danelaw.
I mean, Danelaw is Danelaw, and he went with it.
I loved it. I thought it was a great season. I thought it, like I said, way better than I thought it was going to be. I was kind of expecting to be a little let down, actually.
I wasn't. I was just so excited.
And it ramped up, and I loved that they wrapped up the story in they told everything. Like, they didn't really leave anything on the table.
The last scene of Uhtred standing on the top of, you know, his now fortress at Bebbanburg, like looking out towards the ocean and remembering, like, from the time he was baptized, and then, or it's like he's being baptized, he's plunged under the water, and then boom, he starts remembering the rest of his life and all the main scenes that have happened, and they just show you basically the story of Uhtred going forward. I was like, man, this is so cool. Watching it all wrap up.
I did mention to Erica, though, does it not seem like it, from season 1 to season 5, his, like, inflection in his voice dramatically gets more and more pronounced?
You think so? I'd have to watch him again in order to remember.
Like how he talks, Uhtred.
Yeah,
like,
son of Uhtred. Yeah, he does do that.
Destiny is all.
Yeah, yeah, that's really good.
That's pretty good.
Destiny is all.
Like that, what do you call it? Accent?
Yeah,
builds. Like, I don't remember being so thick in the first couple seasons.
I don't remember what the first seasons he sound like, but you're right, it is very thick.
So,
and that's like that whole monologue at the end.
Yeah. Yep.
Where he is very thick.
I'm Uhtred,
son of Uhtred. Destiny is all.
Anyway, if you haven't seen The Last Kingdom, I highly recommend it.
Oh man, it's so good.
On
Quit telling me what to do. What you think you're in control?
Batman. Batman.
Oh, I'm so excited to talk about this.
Batman. All right.
Chris, I'm so excited to talk about this.
The Batman came out. Me and Jerry went and saw it.
Yes, we went and saw it together.
We went to the theater a couple weeks.
To the theater!
What was that, 2 or 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks. Yeah.
So I'm just going to let you know right now there will be spoilers.
Yeah.
And I probably...
To be honest, if you have not seen this movie and you're listening to this podcast, shame on you.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you straight up initial reaction. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I thought it was amazing.
Killer.
I was very, very surprised how much I liked it. I had low expectations going in.
Correct. I did as well.
And I liked it, and I like it more and more that I think about it.
Yes.
And I think it might be my favorite Batman movie.
I'm positive it is my favorite one. I didn't know the night I watched it or the day after I watched it, but yeah, I can safely say it is. I had reservations of this movie because of the way some of the trailers looked. Like, I just was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'm going to like the bat suit that well. I don't know if I'm going to like the broody Bruce Wayne.
And to be fair, there's a lot I didn't necessarily love.
Oh, sure.
But
I don't like... what's his name? Patterson. Right? Pattinson.
Robert Patterson.
Robert Patterson.
Bob Pattinson.
Bob Pattinson. I didn't like him as Bruce Wayne.
Not at all.
I didn't like the Bruce Wayne character, and I think that's why they kept it at a minimum.
He's got the window bangs.
Yeah. I didn't like the broody emo Bruce Wayne. I get why they did it, though, because he's very young, and he's fresh into the whole Batman game, and he's still a young kid, basically, that is trying to figure out what he's going to do and be and how to act. I just didn't care for it. But him as Batman, which he is in the suit the majority of the movie,
pretty good.
I'm all for.
He looks
that
pretty good
was
as Batman.
Pretty good. He did a remarkable job that I was not expecting.
No, I agree. I thought he did really well as Batman. What I loved about this movie so much was the tone. They just really, I felt like they really nailed the tone of Batman. I think they really did a really good job with the sound.
Because the sound's amazing.
The soundtrack, the sound effects, all the sound editing, amazing.
But it is, like you said, the tone of Batman. It's like what you've wanted in a
very dark and very gritty.
But it's a Batman movie. It's not big. It wasn't lending itself to like big budget action film, right? It was more of a indie style, but dark, gritty, like you said, and detective show.
Yeah.
It wasn't like beat 'em up, shoot 'em up type movie. Yes, there's a lot of fighting and things that happen, but the idea of the film is so much more detective. How do we figure this out? And he used the cops like Jim Gordon to help him the majority of the movie because he was just so new.
What a good Jim Gordon.
Yeah, absolutely. What's
Really
his name?
The guy from Westworld. I can't remember his
Yeah.
name, though.
Bill Winston.
Like of Winston cigarettes?
Jameson
Like of
Jones.
Jameson whiskey?
Marlboro Man.
Like of Sam Elliott?
That's pretty good. It's good association.
What is the guy's name? Uncle...
Ben
No, damn it. What is his name? Commissioner
Gordon. He wasn't commissioner. He was lieutenant.
Gordon, the Batman
He was a lieutenant.
actor. Jeffrey Wright.
I knew it. I was so close.
Yes. Anyway, I liked him. I liked almost every person that was in this movie. I loved the sound. I loved the style. I liked the filmmaking. A lot of people have brought up, oh my God, how can you say it was better than The Dark Knight? They're completely different movies.
They're different.
They're not comparable even as Batman
Well,
movies.
just like I said, we're talking about big picture action movies.
Well, first of all, The Dark Knight was not a Batman movie.
It was a Joker movie.
It was a Joker movie. And second of all, it's just so much
Clearly.
different in the style. It's like so much brighter
It
and
is.
like more in focus. You ever notice that? It's an unbelievable movie.
Absolutely. It was my favorite movie.
And
It was my favorite Batman movie of all time.
as a
prior to this one.
movie, it's probably a better movie. But as
Probably.
a Batman movie, I like this one better.
Right. And that is the argument right there. We're not talking about movie. We're talking about Batman.
Right.
What do you get more out of from Batman? And that would be from this movie, the Matt Reeves, The Batman.
So I will say, at first, I was a little annoyed by the incapableness of Batman at times. But
Yeah.
if you realize that this is like very early on,
It's his second year.
which I mentioned to Jerry when we walked out, I go, why wouldn't they have? This felt like a sequel to a movie they never made, and that was
Yeah.
Batman Year One.
Yep.
I'm like, why didn't they just start with Year One, make this as a sequel, and then do one more, and then that's the trilogy?
Yeah, they could have.
They should have.
I agree. I mean, you got to start somewhere, though.
But he is definitely incapable. It's hard to see
he didn't
how.
want to do an origin story again, though.
No.
And Matt Reeves came out and said that.
But
He's like, I'm
Year
not
One's
doing
not
it.
an origin story. It's his first year as Batman.
Well, I know, but you do reference back to how he got there.
So I guess they could make the argument, okay, we're giving you Year One by proxy. So like by seeing this movie, you understand what his first year was probably like.
Yeah.
And you do. It gives you a
Absolutely.
pretty good picture of that. But it's hard to say that if you can see this movie, you can understand how this Batman
And how beat up he looks.
could ever become the Ben Affleck Batman. The one
That's very hard
The
to
one that takes Superman on.
Yeah, that's very hard to see.
It's hard to see this guy is getting beat up by.
But there's so much time in between there. And
Absolutely.
you just got to know the world. You know, the world is different.
So I loved it. I loved the Batmobile. I loved all the actors. I love the guy, the monologue for the Riddler at the end.
Paul Dano.
Paul Dano, man, give that guy an Oscar.
That
what
guy-
a performance!
And I said that to you in the show. I was like, this guy is just killing it.
Yeah,
Because he did. He killed every part of his performance. And most of the time, you don't even see his face. His face is covered the entire movie until he, spoilers, goes to jail, which, spoilers, is part of his plan. But he gets in jail, and they're talking through the window, you know, in the prison in Arkham, and he gives a performance with this big long monologue that is so good. He's so believable.
And it sucks you in. I thought
that's what I mean.
I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I'm like, he knows who Batman is.
Yeah.
And then you realize slowly at the same time that Batman realizes it, you're like, oh my God, he doesn't know.
It all devolves in
What an
that.
idiot this guy is.
Yes. Yes.
And that's when Batman realizes, like, this guy's insane.
He doesn't understand any of this. And that's when he starts like, no, 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 and just flips out. I was like, holy shit, he is good.
And that is like, at that point, is the high point of the movie.
Yeah.
And then it kind of tapers at the end because his plan makes no sense whatsoever.
Very thin. Yeah.
They blow up the thing. Everybody goes to an arena for some reason. Then everything
That is
floods,
weak.
and then they have people in there with guns to shoot him. A guy is clearly an explosive expert.
Yeah, that's a very weak
None of
part
that
of the
makes
movie.
any sense.
It doesn't make any sense how the town gets flooded and you all go to this arena. That's weird.
I've heard some criticisms of the 2 hour and 45-minute runtime. I'm here to say it didn't bother me at all.
It didn't feel that long.
It flew through. I never was bored.
Nope.
In this movie. I wish we would have saw it in IMAX. I would definitely recommend seeing it in IMAX just so you can get the deep black.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that was the biggest downfall, I think, of. We saw it on a pretty shitty screen.
Yeah.
It wasn't overly large, but it's so dark.
Another Chris decision that I didn't agree
If you don't get the dark blacks that you can only get in an IMAX or a Dolby Cinema or something like that,
Yeah.
it would benefit from that. Because otherwise it comes off as kind
Fuzzy.
of gray washed or fuzzy.
It gets a little fuzzy in there, and yeah. And there's some weird parts. There's some weird parts at the end, but what I do like about the ending when they are in that arena is that they have basically like splash pages for scenes. That a splash page is in a comic book where you have both pages that are drawn with a big action scene or something happening that is big,
an iconic scene,
grandiose, right? An iconic scene. Two of those happen like back to back where he holds up a flare and he's standing in the water and the people are in front of him underneath this like fallen down structure. He's standing in water and you can see all the people in front of him and he's shining a flare on him. That scene was awesome. But then after that, he starts helping him out of the wreckage. And when he starts walking away after they get out of the wreckage, they have an over the top shot of Batman holding the flare, leading him out of the wreckage. And they're like behind him in a triangle like wedge. But you can see like this is when all of the people of Gotham are now, they trust Batman, because up until this point in the movie, nobody liked him. He was looked at as a vigilante. They didn't know how he was. Nobody trusted him. And then this was the culminating point of the movie where it's like now the people of Gotham, along with the mayor who is standing behind him as the first person, now follow Batman. And we're like, yes, we're here for you. And he like has them. It was so cool.
Yeah,
I loved that part.
I agree. I loved it. I loved so much about this movie. I mean, there's so many good things. There was bad scenes. There was moments that didn't make sense.
And some parts that kind of dragged that were unnecessary, and like I told you when we left, because you had said like, I didn't feel like that was long at all. And I agree. I didn't feel like it was long, but I do feel like there are parts of this movie that could easily have been cut out.
Or shortened for sure. They might just hold the camera on him looking at something. Sorry.
For longer than necessary. It's just like
way
lot
longer
of
than necessary.
There is a lot of downtime in certain scenes that don't need to be there.
But
I think they did it for effect.
I reveled in those. I liked the atmosphere that it was creating.
And that's what I mean. It's like it's for effect. It's to make it more than what it seems.
Yeah.
And to me, sometimes unnecessary. Yes, it
Colin
does.
Farrell as the Penguin.
Nobody.
John Turturro.
Man,
as
he's
Falcone.
so good. He's so good too.
Oh,
I like him a lot. Colin Farrell did wonderful as the Penguin.
Catwoman was great.
Yeah.
Honestly, a really good movie.
You have to see it.
If you're a casual Batman fan, I could totally understand you not getting into this because it's a bit much, and it's not the most like compelling story on its own.
But I've heard the opposite side of this, where I've seen reviews and people doing videos of saying like, I've been like a casual fan of Batman. I thought it was okay. I've never really read any comics, but I've watched all the movies and thought it was fine. And then coming out of this movie saying, I'm in. I'm like hook, line, and sinker. I'm gonna get comic books now. I'm
Well,
gonna
tell
read
you what,
about
this
him.
is what makes people fall in love with Batman. This is the character, not the other stuff we've seen in movies. Nope, that wasn't Batman.
No, that's not.
It
that
never
wasn't.
was.
To a point, it was just a very shallow
Very shallow. This
Batman.
felt like it hit on, and maybe it didn't hit it perfectly, but it hit on some of the beats that we got out of some of the best comic interpretations of Batman.
For sure.
And I could see
For sure.
Robert Pattinson continuing this character into a beautiful Court of Owls run. Because that whole style,
Completely agree.
that Capullo and
Fits
Snyder style fits with this filmmaking style
perfectly. And Jim Lee's.
But I'm going to tell you what,
Jim Lee's Batman.
Matt Reeves there's no more, right?
He claims there isn't.
Well, that's a shame, but
He claims that this
it.
was the one iteration that he wanted to do. This was it. This is the one story he wanted to tell, and he was going to wrap it all up.
that's interesting because it didn't feel like that.
No, you're right. And you argued with me afterwards. He's like, he's got to do something.
Well, obviously,
And
they say that there's more.
I agree with you. I think there should be something more. I don't understand why you wouldn't do anything more.
So also they released a bonus scene that we watched, a Batman Joker prison scene.
Yes.
Joker was very briefly in the movie as like a cameo, which
Spoiler.
makes me think there's no way that they're not going to continue this movie franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're just waiting to see how well it does. Which, do we know that?
I don't know that. I agree with you. I think that Matt Reeves says that off the bat just to like numb the pain if it didn't do well.
It has made $611 million worldwide, $311 million domestically. That's an unmitigated success. I mean,
Yeah.
and I don't think the budget was big on this.
I don't think it was either.
I would be surprised if they spent over $100 million.
It's not big. It doesn't look big budget. I mean, maybe he spent some money on it, but there's not huge CGI.
Usually
there's not
they
a lot
say
of
the budget in here, but they didn't. I think the budget was well under 100. I remember reading once that it was like 60 to 80.
Really? I'm gonna look it up.
185 million.
I have one here that says $150 million budget.
This says the Batman cost 185 million. This is on Forbes.com, as opposed to Venom's 90 million and Deadpool 2's 110 million. Okay.
Oh, I'm seeing a bunch of 200 million now. Dark Knight Rises budget was 250.
Oh, okay. While the original estimates were about 100 million, the film's eventual budget almost doubled that. So that 185 number is probably about right.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. It maybe hasn't quite made the money back because
How could it not have?
that's just the production budget. Marketing's double that usually.
Well, I understand, but at 600 million worldwide,
worldwide, but you get almost no money from international box office.
you don't?
Very little.
Yeah, but so you made 300 million and then
Yeah, but you probably spent 400 million with marketing.
they had to have made at least 100 million off of the 600 million worldwide.
I don't know.
Had to have.
I mean,
They had to have. There's no way that people could be making movies at all if you were just always a flop like that.
well, there's also merchandising. There's also tie-ins.
You know what they need to bring back is the whole cup game.
McDonald's
At
cups?
McDonald's.
Yeah, dude. I had this Batman Returns stuff when that
Dude,
came out.
all of those cups and memorabilia that you could get from McDonald's for the Batman movies in the 90s, that was where it's at. Why are they not doing that with McDonald's? People would be like crazy for them. I would get them in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I'd be there every day like I want to be.
I am
Anyways,
there almost every day. I ate there for lunch today.
You don't eat? You only eat once a day, you said.
Yeah, well, my lovely wife brought me lunch today from
Well, that's
McDonald's.
nice.
So I wasn't going to, like, snub it.
Well, right. I wouldn't either.
I don't turn my nose up to a McDee's.
No, I don't either.
McDee's.
Chris
is
and
my
I were
life.
talking about our breakfast orders.
Dude, I told Jerry,
McDonald's.
I'm like, what is wrong with me that it's impossible that in the morning, if I drive by a McDonald's, I cannot not stop.
There's something in me. It's like, I don't know if it's a poison
It's only the mornings.
or if I've been drugged.
I think it's because they have such good coffee that it draws me in.
They really do have good coffee. It's incredibly good coffee.
I love their coffee.
I think it just stomps out Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts for sure.
Absolutely not even close.
It's not. It's not close. I don't understand. Here's the deal, though. All of the people that go to, and we've had this argument before, but all of the people that go to Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts, they're not actually getting coffee. They're getting like a milk drink. A sugar milk drink is what they're getting. A flavored,
A whiskey
sugary
drink.
milk.
A vodka drink.
Yeah.
A little drink. A lot of drink.
They're
Songs
going
that
there.
remind me of the good times.
They're going there to tub thump. No.
Don't cry for me,
Danny
Jerry
boy.
boy. Cry for me.
My name's Jerry.
Jerry Spice.
I'm Jerry Spice, and I'd like to tub thump with you. Anybody up for a good tub thumping with a sugar milk drink?
I was a Spice Girl once.
At one point, I'd spice it up. Spice up your life.
Color to the world.
Spice up your life.
McDonald's coffee. So yeah, I was telling you my breakfast order there typically is a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel with no egg.
I just don't get that. Why do you order that?
I just want bacon on a bagel with cheese. Why is that so hard to believe?
It seems so ridiculous.
And
to
they got that wonderful sauce they put on there.
I don't. What is that?
I don't know.
It's a butter sauce of some
It's
sort.
like hollandaise. It's hollandaise.
Is it?
Yes.
I think it is.
It is hollandaise. That's what it is.
Is that really what it is, you think?
I'm 100% sure that's what it is.
How do you know?
Because I've looked it up before. It's a hollandaise sauce.
Incredible.
It's so good. It's so good.
I've always wondered. I've looked at it. What is this sauce? I never thought of it being a
And then I get
hollandaise.
2 sausage burritos because they have the legit best
Yeah.
hot sauce in the
picante.
universe. It's so good. I could drink it out of a gallon.
It is very good. It's just like a salsa.
But it's such a good salsa.
It's just like a salsa packet.
No, it's better than that.
It's pretty much a salsa.
It's like a
packet.
mix between salsa and taco sauce.
New York City.
New York
It's
City.
made in New York City.
They need to bring back Casey's Mega Breakfast Sandwich. I tell you what, I recently discovered Casey's Mega Breakfast Sandwiches.
I've never even heard of it.
You know the normal breakfast sandwich?
Yeah.
The Mega has like double of everything.
Really?
It's ridiculous.
So like
It's amazing.
double egg, double bacon, double sausage.
It's got all of it. It's all on there, Jerry.
Did they put the gravy in there?
Yeah, they smother in gravy.
On the outside.
No,
They
there's
make
no-
you
there's
put
no
your
gravy.
hands on a gravy biscuit.
There's no gravy, but it's good. Oh, you know what else is great?
But
at
they had
McDonald's?
those bowls.
Bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
I'm more of a croissant guy.
Oh, dude, the biscuit.
It's so
They don't
dry.
have croissants at McDonald's.
Oh, no, I was thinking of Casey's still. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not a biscuit guy at McDonald's at all.
Oh,
I won't eat the biscuits.
man.
I want a McMuffin. Just a regular old McMuffin, man. It is where it's at. It's so good.
Have you ever had one of those fucking McGriddles?
I have. I used to like them a lot.
I've never had one.
Are you serious?
No, never.
It'll
had one.
change your life, probably.
No, I just can't bring myself to order a pancake
They're good.
sandwich.
I mean,
with syrup infused in it.
I used to buy, used to be my go-to. I used to buy them all the time. Loved them. Bacon, egg, and cheese McGriddle. Get them constantly. I'm not much of a sweet guy anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want the sweet. I just want as much salt as you can put in my body.
I want salt and bread.
Yeah, that's it. I want the breadiest, saltiest food you could ever
And that,
push down
boys
my
and
gullet.
girls, is why we're not
Diabetes.
very good looking.
And this is why I have 2 chins.
Adam said they have great pocket burritos. Is he talking about the Casey's breakfast burrito?
Work joke.
No.
Inside joke. You wouldn't understand.
Well, Casey's breakfast burritos are also amazing.
I've never had one of
but
them
they
either.
changed them, and the new ones aren't as good.
Why did they feel the need to do that?
I don't know.
Because they changed the breakfast bowl thing too.
I don't like the breakfast bowl.
It used to be very good, but they changed it completely. And
But
took out
they
some
got
of the
these
things.
new. Maybe that's what he's talking about. They're like pocket sandwiches.
No, this is a direct work joke.
Okay. Well, they have this. Casey's has these like puff pastry sandwiches
Really?
with like sausage, egg, and cheese inside.
Where do you? I don't find this
Oh,
stuff.
they're amazing. They're really good.
If it's wrapped up in tinfoil, I don't.
No,
look
they're
at
not
what it
wrapped in
is.
tinfoil.
Is it in a plastic container?
Yeah.
I've never noticed them.
They're called like it's like a puff pastry. It's almost like a toaster strudel, but with the do you ever get the bacon, egg, and cheese toaster strudels when you were a kid?
No, I didn't know they made those as a toaster
they
strudel.
made them and they're amazing.
That sounds really
It's
good.
almost like that, but better.
Is it like a croissant?
Yeah, kind of, because it's a buttery, flavory crust.
Buttery, flaky. What is it?
A flaky, buttery crust.
buttery, flaky crust.
Pat said we would. Hey, Pat, we would really like to borrow Jerry for egg stuffing. Egg stuffing sounds like a great pastime.
Obviously, I have more things to do.
It is tonight. If you forgot, so many eggs to stuff. Who stuffs eggs? What does that mean?
The park board does for the annual, Easter egg hunt.
Are you supposed to be
town.
there stuffing eggs tonight? Did you skip this?
No, we had baseball practice.
You're on the park board, Jerry,
Yeah,
and you skipped the egg stuffing.
for Snarf Talk. Yeah, that's what I do. This is more important, Chris.
What do you guys
You've
think
always
on the
told
park
me.
board? Think about this.
Listen,
You've shirked responsibilities, Jerry.
I haven't. This is my main responsibility. Do you see the shirts I'm wearing?
Yeah, that's true.
Do you understand how many times you've said to me, like, I really wish you'd dedicate more of your time to Snarf Talk?
Park Foundation.
Oh, yeah, it's a foundation, not a board.
So you don't have to be on the foundation?
I don't know. Am I part of the foundation? Has anybody actually told me if I'm part of this? I only have been for like 5 years.
Is the Park Foundation different than the park board?
It used to be a board, turned into a foundation.
Okay.
Same thing, yes.
Shirked the shit out of those responsibilities.
Is your face getting red? Yeah, my face is red because it's hot
Because you
in
were
here.
caught in a bold-faced lie.
And I'm getting called by one of the members. You can't call live on air.
Everybody is so mad at you.
It's
right
not
now.
a lie. We had baseball until 7:15. I told them that I couldn't go. That's what I said. That was the truth.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then Snarf Talk came afterwards.
Shirked.
I could text them I had Snarf Talk. Is that a word?
What, shirked?
Shirked?
Of course it's a word. Shirked.
I feel like that's a created word.
Is it? Shirk. To
Shirk?
shirk.
Like, isn't it? No. It's like dodged.
Shirk is the sin of idolatry or polytheism. Islam teaches that God does not share his divine attributes with any partner.
And I'm not sharing my divine attributes with you.
Is that where the word comes from?
You just read it. How do I know? I asked you what it was.
Shirk, Arabic, making a partner of someone. In Islam, idolatry, polytheism, and the association of God with other deities.
Deities. But yeah, so that doesn't fit in the way you're saying it. That doesn't
Shirk
work.
means to avoid or neglect a duty or responsibility.
Okay.
So that's you.
Oh, that is me. But
It's also, the noun is a person who shirks. So that's you. You're
Look
a
it.
person who shirks.
watch.
Shirked.
Shirked you.
You're not only shirking, you're shirking for all the world to see.
I'm shirked you. Jerry the Shirk. That could be my new nickname.
Matt says, still stuffing eggs. Lisa says it's 9:51, still stuffing. Open all night for stuffing.
Open all night for stuffing. Okay.
Let's get back to Jerry stuffing eggs.
So I've stuffed eggs many years in a row.
Yeah.
I've been there stuffing eggs. And you know what? Spoilers coming up. Here's a spoiler. Don't tell your children. I'm always the Easter Bunny
Oh, well,
in the parade.
don't say
There's-
that on live on Facebook.
There's nobody else that can fit in the bunny suit. So I have to be the bunny. If any one of you would be the bunny, then you can call me out. Pat, I think, was the bunny one year.
Jerry, person who shirks. That is the definition. I'm putting that. I'm submitting it to Urban Dictionary.
I think you should.
Shirk. Jerry.
Jerry.
Person who shirks. Or just Jerry person soup.
Why are you guys?
You could have podcasted while stuffing for real. Pat,
No.
first of all,
Pat,
you can't write podcasting like an 80-year-old man.
You could have podcasted
You
while
kids
stuffing.
can podcast when you're done stuffing.
Come stuff my eggs.
Stuff the eggs first, and then you can go to your podcast.
Your kids is podcast nowadays while you stuff the eggs. I got a basket full of eggs.
I got a basket full of eggs. Come on over.
Come on over, Jerry.
Come inside.
Come here. I got eggs for you to stuff.
You ever stuffed an egg?
I got red. I got green. What's your favorite color, Jerry?
Come in here. I got candy.
You look awfully
I
shirkish.
got candy. Don't shirk me, Jerry.
Ooh, Starburst. They pulled out my teeth, but you can have them. You frickin' old man. Don't even. And Pat, you weren't the original bunny, anyways. Sherry was.
Sherry O'Terry?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Famed SNL alum.
Yeah, she failed miserably though. She ended up falling off into Mazan somehow and decided to be the Easter Bunny. That's all she did all year long. She just wore a bunny suit.
Yeah.
Went crazy. We decided to get rid of her because of her antics. You know Sherry's
She
antics.
shirked.
She was a shirker for sure.
Oh, Robbie said, well, hello. Well, hello.
Oh, well, hello, fellas. This is hilarious. Well, I've got eggs for you to stuff, Robbie. Come over to
on
Pat's
over.
house.
Just come on over to Patty's house.
Look at this man. He wants to stuff eggs with you.
Anyway, where are we at on time? Jerry's got to go stuff eggs, and we're getting there.
Hour 41. We still
we
got
still
20
some-
minutes.
Should we talk about some other stuff we've been watching?
Yeah, I've got more stuff.
I got a big one that I would like to talk about.
Okay, I don't have any like real big ones. So let me get to one right now. Okay? Are you listening to me?
I'm listening.
I feel like you just don't listen to me anymore. And this is where
It all
our
started
fight
with
comes in.
Harry's.
Harry's really driven a wedge between your
They make a fine
thighs.
razor, but they make a finer foe.
Just the ultimate foe. Here's the one that I've been watching, and I literally just watched it last weekend, I think. 4 episodes, mini-series on Netflix called Bad Vegan. You heard of this?
Called what?
Bad Vegan.
Bad Beaver?
Vegan.
Oh, I did see that, but I thought it was a documentary.
It is 4 episodes, hour long.
Well, I
each.
can't stand vegans, so.
Well, it really has nothing to do with being vegan. It's this whole story about this woman starts Pure Food and Wine is the restaurant. Pure Food and Wine. It's all about like vegan raw food. Okay, and she started this whole new trend. It was really big. That's like when vegans started in the early 2000s. Everybody loved it. She had this huge booming business, and then ended up meeting this man online on Twitter, and thought he was really funny. He was like friends with Alec Baldwin on Twitter.
Eric Burdwin?
Eric Baldwin.
The guy who shot somebody in the face?
Yeah, just straight up murdered a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. This was before that though.
Oh, okay.
Back when he was still mean.
When he
to
had
people.
the big prosthetic fake nose in The Shadow.
Shadow. Haven't seen it.
Snarf Talk homework.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, so she started this big thing. Met this guy on Twitter. They like really hit it off. She liked him a lot. She came out of a failed relationship before. Then he's from Massachusetts. She finally meets this guy. And it is the strangest thing in the world. The guy's completely lying to her, makes up a fake identity, basically, and it calls himself Shane. His actual name's Anthony. It gets into this weird world where this woman literally just starts handing her money over to him because he starts telling her that he's part of this bigger thing where it's like otherworldly and he's not a real human being. He's just wearing a meat suit and he's trying to get her into this.
This is a true story?
Yeah. She's trying to get her into the family. He calls it the family, but they're like higher powered people. And she has to pass these tests.
So they're like Scientologists?
It seems like a weird thing like that. Yeah, but he's just completely making it up on the fly.
Like Scientology.
And he tells her that her dog can be immortal. And she's like, man, I really love my dog. I want him to be immortal.
Sounds like vegans are dumb.
And she's just handed over like almost $2 million to this guy that she never saw back, because turns out got a terrible gambling problem, and that's all he's been doing with it is gambling. But he makes up these huge things. Told her he was in the CIA, he was in the special forces out fighting people,
How do people
in Africa.
fall for this shit?
Oh, it gets so bad when they're interviewing this woman and she's telling the stories, and she disappeared at one point for like 4 months, never paid her employees. They went on strike. The whole restaurant shuts down, and she's just gone. And he takes her to they end up in Vegas, and all he's doing is gambling, and she's just like in a hotel. And she's like, I wasn't handcuffed. The doors weren't locked. I could have won at any time, but it's just really weird at the time. I was in a weird mental state where I thought I had to be there for him. Like, you are an idiot. You are so dumb.
David obviously watched. He said it's a trip. She ended up in debt over $6 million.
It is unbelievable.
The bullet was dairy free.
Yeah, it's crazy. I wouldn't necessarily say anybody needs to watch it.
I really want to watch it now from what you've said, because I don't know if I might just be super annoyed by people that are that dumb.
You will get so mad at it, because the last episode,
dumb people.
The 4th episode is when I got so angry, because she's supposed to be this great businesswoman that started this big company, like 2 different companies on her own, or with another chef, but either way, it was pretty much on her own. It was her idea, and she seems like this great businesswoman. She just was not bright in this, because it's a man that she didn't even know his real name. Then in the middle of it all,
and yet I question how a bunch of Icelandic Danes can follow Brita.
Well, yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's what this is, right?
It is,
but it's one person, not 100.
But literally in the middle of it, he ends up just saying like, "Hey, start calling me this name," and they're like, "Where?" They ask her like, "Where did this Michael so and so come from?" She's like, "Oh, it's just a name he wanted to start being called." And at the time, I didn't think it was weird. I just thought like, "Yeah, why wouldn't I call him that?" What? And she already knew his real name's Anthony, but she always called him Shane. And then he's like, "Hey, call me Michael at this point and tell these guys I'm going to be this big investor." She's like, "Oh, okay." It just went along with it.
I just don't understand. Was she like stupid or desperate, or?
You got to watch it. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think I can. I think I'd be too annoyed.
I think you would get very angry, because I did. I was getting more and more angry. Then the 4th episode, I was just like, this woman needs help. Like, she needs some serious help, because I don't understand how anybody could do that. Just randomly give over money for no reason to this guy that says it's a test and we're getting you in the family and you have to trust me. She's like, "Okay, I'll wire you $35,000 right now. Just give it away. 100,000. Millions of dollars." Stupid. Anyway, I saw that on Netflix.
Craig said, "I guess I missed the first 90 minutes and 2 months."
Sorry, Craig.
Kurg
Blaze. And American Idol. Watching American Idol.
Me too. That was one of mine.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. American Idol. I'm into it. We've been watching it. It's a great family entertainment show to watch.
Love it.
First off.
Grady loves it.
Number 2, I've watched a lot of American Idol. I missed a lot in the middle years, right? But I watched some of the early season. Let's see what David says on this. She screwed over several investors and every single employee, yet she was able to secure $850,000 from investors to re-up in the restaurant in a matter of days.
Yeah, very short amount of time.
She's a con woman that's playing dumb. Oh, okay. Well, that sheds some other light on it. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
I think you'd be surprised, though. I think a lot of people would be surprised how easy it is to get large sums of money.
She did.
There's so many extremely wealthy people.
There's people in the show that when she got that $850K, they said, like, it's unprecedented, like, how she got that money in such a short amount of time.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And I don't know if she was Yes, at some point she was playing dumb, a little bit, but I also think she was still really dumb. She wasn't playing dumb with this Anthony Shane Michael guy.
If you're getting this right story, that's the thing. These things are all dramatized. Like the whole making a murderer thing, right? Everybody thought they knew exactly what was going on. And then after the fact, some journalists came out and they're like, none of this is true. Like this whole documentary was designed
fabricated
to make you feel a certain way, but like it's completely made up. It's just drama. It's just entertainment.
Yeah. This one is a little more real though.
Okay, well, maybe.
Because a lot of it is all recordings. Like they recorded this guy talking to her.
Yeah, but a lot of making a murder is recordings too, but it's how you present them.
Yeah. Yes, very true. I don't know. It's just ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous.
American Idol.
Great. I am so excited for it to finally get to Hollywood.
I'm sorry, but these are the best judges. I think American Idol.
I think so.
History.
I really liked the piano guy. What's his name?
Harry
Connick Jr. I really liked him.
I liked him too, but I like this set of judges. I've liked them now. This is their third season or
fifth?
This is their fifth season.
That's what Katy Perry just said it in the last episode.
They started in 18, I think, 18, and I haven't seen all of their seasons.
I didn't see the first two.
No, I think I only saw the last one, to be honest, and this one.
No, you've saw three because you started watching it and then
I started watching it when Alejandro Aranda was.
That was 3 years ago.
So I didn't see it last year. Nobody saw it last year.
Not really any. I started watching it, but then all of COVID.
It was all virtual, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've only seen 2 seasons of them as judges.
Yep.
I think they're really great. I always really disliked Luke Bryan, like as a musician in general, until I started watching the show, and he's just a very likable guy.
He is, and he's knowledgeable in music.
And I love Lionel Richie. He just seems like an awesome dude.
He does. I want him to be my grandpa.
They're just so positive. I like their positivity.
And I like how the formats change where they don't show you all of the goofy stuff
agree.
that happens. At first, when they were doing that...
They show you the good people and the inspiring people, and it makes you feel good, and you get excited. It's a very good show.
I hated the auditions originally because all it was goofy bullcrap.
I hated it.
And I didn't ever want to watch that. So I wouldn't watch it for the first 6 weeks that it was on. And then when it went to Hollywood Week, I would start watching it again. But now I want to watch the auditions because they're so good.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I'm a big fan.
I am too.
Big fan. I haven't seen anybody in this season so far because I've seen all the auditions that has risen to the level that has got me excited. The way that Alejandro or Willie.
I think there's a couple that could be to that level.
There's some interesting ones for sure.
Yeah. That will get to that level.
Maybe.
I think.
Maybe.
It's just super fun to watch.
I was a little baffled by the guy that got the platinum ticket in the last episode.
I think they had to get rid of it.
But they didn't get rid of all 3. They only gave out 2.
No, they gave 3.
Who'd they give the third one to?
I don't remember. That last guy was the third one.
I didn't think he was good.
He was fine.
Yeah.
He wasn't that great, but he was fine. I think other people should have gotten that. Like that one girl played the piano. I don't remember their names, but you should watch American Idol if you aren't, because I think it's an enjoyable show.
Well, I think it's enjoyable. I think it's very positive.
Mm-hmm.
It does nothing but add positivity to your life.
Yeah.
Period. So that's a good
aspect. And I love music, so I love hearing people sing, watching people sing, listening to critiques about how to do it, that I don't understand, but I think it's fun to watch.
I just think it's great. Like Luke Bryan will be like, I don't know, man, you're way better than I am.
Yeah,
so.
yes, yeah. Most of them do that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no, Katy Perry doesn't ever really say that.
Yeah, when they sing her own song. That's the only time she does.
She can be a bit much, but I enjoy
her antics.
Antics for the most part. I like them. I just like the positivity of the show. It kind of had in the earlier season when Simon was on it, I enjoyed it as well.
Yeah.
But the show was completely different. It was a negative vibe.
Yes.
So it was like let's make fun of these people, let's critique these people, let's watch these people fail.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's let's watch these people succeed. And it really does brighten up your week a little bit. It's a little ray of sunshine.
I love that take. I think it's perfect. It is what it is. You're always so happy when you watch it.
It's entertaining.
It's like the purest form of entertainment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if people aren't watching it, which I assume a lot of people don't.
I don't think
it gets huge ratings. I think a lot of people it's kind of worn out its welcome to them.
Probably.
But I would implore you to give it another shot.
I implore you.
I implore you, sir.
Jerry. I implore you.
Come in my house and stuff my eggs.
We can watch American Idol.
I got candy in here.
You want a ray of sunshine?
I got candy in here.
Come eat my candy
We can stuff an egg.
You can suck on this ray of sunshine.
You gotta go podcast, you kids. You kids with your podcasts.
Yeah, weird podcasting. What is it?
I think they left.
What is it? Fake radio? They did.
What is this? Radio on the internet?
Internet's radio. Not a thing in my life.
It's not real like egg stuffing's real.
That is the realest.
The realest form of entertainment is egg stuffing.
Every Saturday
You
and Friday.
stuff eggs and you stuff more eggs.
And I've got the eggs.
I got the eggs and I got the stuffings. And that's what we do on Saturday nights. We stuff it.
And you're gonna stuff them. I got the stuffings and the eggs, but you gotta stuff them.
And I'll watch. I'll watch from the corner.
I don't help.
No.
I will not help you.
I sit in my rocking chair and I watch you stuff the eggs.
Stuff.
Stuff faster, boy!
Get the stuffing.
Get out!
Come on.
This has really got off the rails.
Baby Snickers. I love a good baby Snickers. Fun size. Jerry the Shirk.
We should do.
Fun size.
What do you think the best? Like, what's your ranking of fun size candy bars?
I don't even know how many fun size candy
No,
bars
I'm
there
talking
are.
about only the little flat square, like the Hershey's pack.
Oh, I see what you mean. So, are we considering Snickers in that?
No.
Oh,
Only
okay.
the little flat Hershey's pack.
Yeah, Crackle.
That's your number one?
I mean, isn't that all that's in that bag? Crackle
No.
and Hershey's.
Crackle, Hershey's Special Dark, Mr. Goodbar.
Oh, that's the one.
Hershey's Special Dark is your number one?
No, Mr. Goodbar.
Oh, no. Crackle's my number one. And I catch shit for that.
It's the Mr. Goodbar because that's got a nut in it, right?
Yeah, it's got nuts.
Yeah, that's mine.
Crackle's my number one. Goodbar 2.
It's Goodbar, Crackle, Hershey. I don't like the dark.
The dark is
Throw it away.
garbage.
It's junk. That's the one with the red wrapper, isn't it?
No,
It's like a dark-
black.
No, regular Hershey's is like brown. Yeah, you're right. It's like a black and silver.
Okay, here's what's in the miniatures.
We've went over this before.
No, we have not.
Yeah, we have talked about these before.
Oh, and some of them you get cookies and cream.
I like a good cookies and cream.
Yeah, I like it.
But it gives you that weird like taste afterwards. It's like
It
a
does,
sharp.
like a chalky taste.
No, it's like a sharp tang afterwards. I don't know how to explain it.
They're called Hershey's miniatures. Yeah, it's Crackle, Hershey's Dark, Hershey's Mr. Goodbar, and that's it. There's only 4.
Good bar's where it's at. We're at an hour and 58 minutes. Do you want to go over one more show?
No, we don't have time, but I would love to talk about Peacemaker, but you haven't seen it all.
I haven't seen it.
Finish
Any
this
of it.
show so we can talk about it next week,
Okay, next week.
because boy, do we have a lot to talk about. So I want to talk about Peacemaker. I want to talk about Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, the Book of Boba Fett we have to talk
You
about.
son of a bitch.
You bitch.
I've watched other shows. I want to talk about Upload Season 2. Loved it. I want to talk about Raised by Wolves. Like that. I want to talk about Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, you're still watching that?
I am, sadly.
Jeez.
I want to talk about Our Flag Means Death.
Oh, ours does.
I want to talk about Righteous Gemstones.
You've got so many.
I want to talk about Vikings of Valhalla.
What about Survivor?
I want to talk about Zack Stone is going to be famous.
What's that one? Never even heard of that.
It's a show on Netflix with Bo Burnham.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that guy.
It's a good show. You should watch it.
Okay. Zach's gonna be famous.
Zack Stone is going to be famous.
Okay. Zach Stone.
Quick
Got it.
watch. Not priority. Peacemaker would be your number one.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
Peacemaker should be your number one.
Okay.
Peacemaker.
Okay, the one with Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that's all. That's all we have time for this week, though. But we are back in this mother
And bigger than ever.
house.
Literally.
Oh, David said, "Give me the nuts."
Yeah. Yeah, give me the nuts.
Red is Crackle, and that's the best one.
I knew that. Yeah.
That's called white chocolate. No, I just looked at it. It's Hershey's Cookies and Cream.
Right.
Watch Snowfall. What the fuck is Snowfall?
Snowfall's an old show. Nobody likes it. It's a, what is it, FX show?
Snowfall, 2017 crime series.
Yeah. I got into the first season. I never watched it since.
Never watched it.
I think it's, it was fine.
Okay.
I only watched it the first
I think
season.
I'm going to watch Travelers because
Yeah, I want to get into that. That
people
sounded
seem
neat.
to recommend that. It's about time travel.
Love it. I love time travel.
It's not old, David. It's from 2017.
I said it was old.
Oh, that's old. 2017.
Yeah, that's old. It's an old. Nobody watches it or talks about it anymore.
It's an old show, Jerry.
Nobody talks about it anymore.
We talk about Snowfall and podcasts.
Podcasting.
And you come on in and you sit in the chair and you stuff eggs.
I got some podcasting for you if you want to come in. You want to come in and podcast and stuff eggs?
So that's where we're at. We're back. We should be back on a weekly schedule,
Yep.
barring spring farming season, regular
The
stuff,
baseballs.
and baseball season. So there might be some missed weeks here to here, but we're back on a regular schedule. Patreon.com/SnarfTalk is free for the foreseeable future.
It is.
We have paused earnings. If you log on there, you get access to extra shows. You get access to a brand new episode of Alex Talk. You get a brand new Christmas album with 3 songs.
Yeah, 3 songs coming at you.
Coming soon is the coloring contest and Snarf Madness. And hopefully next week, I think since we've recovered
Recuperated.
we should be able to be kicking off with 150.
Yeah, with cake.
I don't know about cake.
We'll probably have the biggest cake you've
The
ever
problem
seen.
with the cake is
I'm gonna
it's like a
come-
1 month waiting list to get cake from Morris
I'm
Bakery.
literally going to jump out of a cake.
And I don't eat cake unless it's
I
from
don't.
Morris Bakery.
That's silly. Why?
That's the only place that can grace my gullet.
You're being ridiculous.
No, I won't eat cake from anywhere else.
You're just shirking everyone else.
No, I'm absolutely only giving my business to the best. And the best is Morris Bakery.
Well, if we can't get it, then we won't do it. But we have to have a cake.
A pancake?
Oh, I like pancakes.
Oh, remember our 150th episode? David was going to come and bartend?
He's supposed to. Yeah, he's supposed to do that.
Well, listen, it's not his fault that we have been off air for 3 months.
It is completely his fault because he was never going to do it. He made promises he can't keep, and he just straight up lies through his teeth.
No, he did not. This is not his fault.
Through his dirty old teeth.
This is the Harry situation all over.
It is because of his dirty teeth that he lies through.
All right. That's it for Snarf Talk this week.
Yep.
I've been Chris.